Often ask me, what's up with the fleur-de-lis, all the black and gold attire I choose to wear on an almost daily basis? And to these people I say, who wouldn't want to be a fan of the greatest, most inspirational team on earth? The team I'm referring to is the New Orleans Saints. After all, the story behind the Saints is quite remarkable. It wasn't until 2009 when they would finally hoist the Lombardi, but it's the story of how they got there that inspires me the most. So today I want to paint a picture of the Saints, where they were just a few years before the first title run. There was Hurricane Katrina, there was new faces in the organization, such as players and coaches, and there was also the possibility of them relocating to another city. A natural disaster like no other ripped through the city of New Orleans in August of 2005. Her name was Hurricane Katrina. The destruction was so bad, many people had no place to go. The owner, now late Tom Benson, took it upon himself to create a safe haven, and that place would be none other than the home of his Saints, the Louisiana Superdome. You have to acknowledge tens of thousands of people without everything. This was a natural disaster like we had never seen before. In the process of this, Katrina would not be the only thing that would be the culprit of the destruction of the Louisiana Superdome. Also, the people would be a culprit. Having said that, this left the New Orleans Saints with the daunting task of figuring out what to do for the upcoming football season. Where would they play their games, their home games? Lo and behold, the league came together and decided they would use the facilities in San Antonio, Texas just for practice. They would have to travel every game. Just 5 months after Katrina ravaged the city, the Saints were coming off a down year, and one could speculate that it had something to do with the team always having to travel. Tom Benson decided he wanted to save the franchise and keep the team in New Orleans. In January of 2006, he hired Sean Payton. To me, this was the beginning of it all. Sean Payton would be key in all the changes to come. He was searching for the perfect quarterback, someone who had a good offensive mind, and he found it in Drew Brees. Brees was coming off a season in which he had injured his throwing shoulder at San Diego, so in the draft, the Chargers decided to draft a quarterback, Phillip Rivers. Drew Brees was a free agent, and so he decided to shock the market. He would find himself in a battle between the Miami Dolphins and the New Orleans Saints. He had to choose from moving to Miami, beaches and palm trees, or coming to New Orleans, which is quite the opposite. Sean Payton sold him on that they were going to be the start of something special in New Orleans, and boy was he right. They would save the city. Like I stated earlier, when Sean Payton and Brees first arrived in 2006, the Saints could not even use the dome. Therefore, the team had to practice at a facility in San Antonio, Texas. People wondered, would they play their home games there? But the league decided nope, that they would just travel every game, all 16 games. Was rebuilding even an option in New Orleans? Nobody knew. Lo and behold, the city would rebuild, and the following year, the Superdome would reopen on September 25th, 2006. The Saints hosted the rival Atlanta Falcons on Monday Night Football, a nationally broadcast game. I remember the game like it was yesterday. There wasn't a dry eye in the place, or watching for that matter. The Falcons never stood a chance, and it was still to this day the most watched Monday Night Football game in history. In the 2006 season, remember just a year removed from Hurricane Katrina, the Saints would win their division and come a game short of the Super Bowl, losing to the Bears in the NFC Championship. The 2007-2008 season, they had a little bit of a hangover. You could say it was probably because of the hurricane, and everything that had happened that season. Katrina and its effects were still being felt, and the 2006 season was like a breath of fresh air that was much needed. In 2009, just 3 full seasons removed from the devastation that had occurred, not only the city of New Orleans, but an entire nation, the Saints finally got their championship, and would soon prove Coach Payton right in that the city would prevail. The New Orleans Saints were world champs. The truth of the matter is, I've been a Saints fan since I was about 7 years old. I actually played for a youth football league in Biloxi, Mississippi, and the name of the team was the D'Iberville Saints. My love for the team goes way back. It's the history of their first championship that's so captivating to me, but it also puts the icing on the cake. And this is why I choose to wear black and gold on an almost daily basis. They truly are America's team, and they are world champs.